In this video, we are going over how one decision can change your life. This is really a response to the question, what path or which path should I take in life? I want to go over how you can start to more deliberately take control of this process or answer that question in a way that's actually going to be relevant to you and actually help you. So that's coming up next. Hi guys, welcome to HeartSpace. My name is Dave. If you're new here, we create videos every single day that are designed to help you live life more in your way. And if that sounds good to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell icon so you don't miss any of the videos that we release. Now today, I really want to cover the topic of how your choices really do influence how you are experiencing life. How it's really dictating the path you are moving down right now in life. And I also want to go over how you can change these choices really at any given moment. But so many people are in a state of things happening to them that they think everything's happening to them instead of through them, or everything's happening to them and they can't do anything about it. You're presented with a certain hand at the beginning of life, and maybe you get a crappy hand with nothing, and some people get a straight flush or a royal flush or whatever, and that's the way it works. Well, I don't believe that at all. I really do believe you have way more influence over your life than you may realize. So that's what we're going to be covering. Before we get started, I really do want you in the comments to write, I am making the decisions that best serve who I say I want to be. And I want you to write that down below because it's very relevant to what we're going to go over here. It's going to help re-identify you or help yourself to re-identify or change your identity, I'm saying that in a weird way. And it also allows you to take a little bit of action towards this area instead of just passively watching that video. So put that down below and we're going to get into it. So like I was going over earlier, your choices really do dictate your life. I think a lot of times we believe we don't have a choice or we have to follow a certain path. Many people saying they have to follow the path that their parents have laid out for them or society has or their teachers or whatever else. But at any given moment, you really always have a choice to make, to go down the path commonly traveled or to forge your own. A lot of times we don't like to go down the one that we would have to forge because guess what? The path commonly traveled, yeah, it's laid out. It may be a brick path. There's so many people going down it. It's pretty obvious that there's something over there. Where the path that you have to forge, there might be a bunch of bushes in the way. There might be a bunch of vines and thorns and obstacles and maybe a bear, I don't know, but there might be obstacles in the way. And so many of us don't follow what we truly want to do because it might get a little muddy. You might have to crawl under some things. You might have to climb over some things. But at the end of the day, it would be the path you truly want to go down. It would be what you're being called to do, where the path most commonly traveled usually just isn't. And so what I want to go over is how you can at any moment choose what it is you actually want to do over what someone's told you to do, and how one choice can really change your life. I have many examples from my life as well. Like, for example, I made a choice to leave my hometown a couple of years ago. And it was a choice where I had to, again, navigate off that commonly traveled path and go, okay, here's a dirt road and there's a lot of thorns and vines and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have a machete to cut my way through, but I crawled and I climbed and now I'm in a place where I'm really happy. I'm really fulfilled because I made one choice to leave and it was in my heart to do so. And because I made that choice, I am now reaping the benefits of actually following my intuition, following my heart. I'm making another choice I've made a choice very recently in the last week as well to go in a completely different direction when it comes to my business life or my lifestyle and all this different stuff. And again, it's a scary one. This one is even less, this path is even, less laid out. There actually is like almost no path for this one and I have to create it for myself. But again, it's more exciting to do this. It's in my heart to do this. And again, this one choice is leading me in a direction that's actually fulfilling, exciting for me. And the moment I made the decision, the choice to do it, so much weight was lifted off my shoulders, so much burden was taken away and taken off me because I surrendered to the universe. It took hold of all of that stress that I had, and I'm able to excitedly see where this new path takes me. So this brings us to the question, which path should I take? And I'm a firm believer always in the path that really resonates with you, the path that really speaks to you. And that might sound like a weird answer, like, well, what does that even mean? You know, how do I make so much money or blah, blah, blah. You know, it's the path where you really have to trust yourself. You really have to trust your intuition, your heart, the guidance you're getting from the universe. Because again, so many times we sacrifice what it is we really want to do, what our heart is calling us to do, because somebody told us we're supposed to go down this way or that way, or maybe an advertisement did, or, you know, these people told you should go to college even if you don't want to, or maybe, you know, you need to get a safe 9-to-5 job, blah, 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 start a, you know, whatever it is, these things that you haven't decided. And so when it comes to the question of which path should I go down, it should always be the one that resonates with you. It should always be the one that you've determined that excites me. You know, one great way to know if you're going in the right direction for you specifically is if you get excited about it. If when you think about it, when you imagine yourself going down it, you feel light. That's your heart speaking to you. That's your soul speaking to you. And one way, you know, to take that in the opposite direction, to know that a path is one you should not go down, because we could also eliminate certain paths that you may have thought at one point you did, but now you don't, or people told you to go down, is, does it feel heavy? Does it feel like it would be such a burden? Are you saying things like, well, at least I only have to do it for this long and then I'll get out of it? That is a sure sign that you're going to be miserable going down that path. And so if you feel a lightness to moving in a certain direction, if you feel, you know, your heart just lights up and you get excited about it, that is the path you need to start going down. And like I said, the scary thing about going down one of these paths is it's not always forged for you. It's not always completely paved. You might have to do some of the paving. You may have to be the person who, you know, slices through that pathway and creates it. You're going to have to be the person that when it comes to the point where you can take a left or a right, you actually choose, instead of having one person saying, yeah, totally go right, man, you got to go right. You can actually feel what it is you truly want to do and not be like, in 1 year I'm going to do this, in 2 years I'm going to do this. No, you will get to that once you get to that. And you're just focusing on what it is you want right now, what is in your heart right now. The thing is, guys, even if you haven't been doing this yet, the whole point of this video is one decision can really change your life. It can really determine a lot of different things. You know, so much can come out of one decision to take the leap and move down the path you know you truly want to go down, to move in the direction that you know you've been called to do for a very long time. And again, if you can't figure out what that is, you just need to sometimes just sit and listen and really feel, what is it you're excited about? What is it you would truly enjoy doing? There's an amazing talk from Alan Watts where he goes, a little thought exercise, and he says, what would you do if money were no object? What would you truly like to do? Like, what would you truly enjoy doing? And this is such an incredible question, because so many people make choices based on whether they can get something from it, whether they can get money or love, attention, validation, awards, achievements, whatever it is. But none of those things will fulfill you. And you only need to look at people who have gone down that path, have achieved so much, made so much money, whatever else it is, and then come out and say, look, this is not going to fulfill you. I've gone down that path and it's not fulfilling. You know, there are so many people, for example, who achieve financial success that become depressed and become suicidal because they thought that the financial success would give them what they were missing, would give them fulfillment. And when it doesn't, they go, well, why did I work so hard to achieve this thing that everyone tells me is going to make me happy, only to get there and it doesn't. And so don't go down a path just for those reasons. You know, when you follow something that you love, when you follow something that truly resonates with you, the validation, the achievements, the whatever else it is, the money will come in as a byproduct. But the difference is you won't need them. You won't put your self-worth in them. You'll truly be living from a place of fulfillment and happiness because you made the choices that actually resonate with you instead of the choices for these external things like how many trophies or achievements it's going to give you. All right, guys, so this video I'm realizing went in a completely different direction than I thought it was gonna go in, but I'm just gonna leave it where it was and hope that what came through me there has inspired you in some way and has helped you in some way. I'm looking at the notes I put on for this video and I totally went in a totally different direction, but actually now that I think about it, it's kind of pertinent and kind of cool that that was the case because I had a certain path I was gonna go down for this video, and in the end, I went completely off course and in a way forged my own in a very small way. So I hope this resonates with you in some way and that you're able to use what's come through here to the benefit of yourself. I think one thing that will definitely help is watching the Alan Watts video I mentioned. Just put in Alan Watts, what if money was no object? I think that will really help you with this mindset and to start to understand what it is you truly, truly, truly would enjoy doing, which path you truly would like to go down, and how to choose which path. All right, guys, that's going to do it for now. I'm done rambling for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.